Well, hello there. Here we are again in our off day between two Stanley Cup Finals games. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And with that being said, we'll talk about everything happening in this video because we have a lot to cover. So, Chicago Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews missed all of last year due to an unknown injury, and it was very mysterious. We didn't know what it was. Some people were fearing that it could be very severe because we all didn't know, but what it appears to be now is a chronic immune response syndrome. And while I couldn't find a great answer on what that was, it appears that it's when your immune system will almost overdo its job and it can respond to things that aren't even really there or things like that. Let's say if you're stressed, it will just send out things to fight different parts of your body that it doesn't even need to, and it can make you extremely fatigued, which makes a lot of sense because Toews said he was dealing with extreme fatigue. Now, it's finally great figuring out what this injury is because I was in that group that thought this could be really bad since he wasn't talking about it at all. And I wish he would have come out with this earlier talking about it just to know that he was okay. But, either way, he is all right. It looks like he will be back next time, sometime next season. We don't know yet. It's going to have to progress to see what he feels like and all that. And he's not 100% yet, but it is good to know that it isn't something more severe, so I'm very happy for him. Now, that is going to be counted as a good thing for the Hawks fans, Chicago Blackhawks fans. What's not good news is that the franchise icon, Duncan Keith, looks like he wants to move after 16 years with his only team that he's ever known. Looks like he wants to go to a Pacific Northwest team or a Western Canadian team. Now, at 37 years old, that seems weird considering he's only been with one team. But what it comes down to, I guess, is that he just misses his family. I know that his family, for the most part, I believe, lives in BC, British Columbia, which is the westernmost part or province of Canada, at least in terms of like Canadian teams. And so, yeah, that's a big thing right there. Chicago is very far away from BC. BC's by Seattle. It's north of Seattle. So that's a big thing there. And it looks like teams like the Seattle Kraken, Vancouver Canucks, Edmonton Oilers, and Calgary Flames will be in the mix for him if they do decide to trade for him. And while his play on the ice might have dipped the past few seasons, I think more sentimental Hawks fans would be sad to see him go, as, again, he spent his whole career with this team, whole 16-year career. Won 3 cups, 2 Norris trophies, a Conn Smythe that we won't forget with how many minutes he played on average. And yeah, his time in the Windy City won't be forgotten, but maybe it is about that time where you have to be sentimental. It'll be tough, I think, to get a trade off, though. I know that the cap isn't what it actually is. I know there's some weird things with that. But, from Keith's perspective, I think it will be, a trade that he'll do anything to get out west and be closer to his family. So I guess it's kind of good for the teams that, for Chicago if they want to trade him because Keith will take whatever, but also good for Keith that he gets to be closer to his family, which is always nice. And I'm not sure what teams would want to cough up the asset, but if it's cheap, maybe they'll go for it. Finally, and this ended up being the longest story for whatever reason, the Arizona Coyotes have their man as Andrew Tourigny, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Couldn't find a great guide for that. But he will be the 8th coach in franchise history out in the desert for the Coyotes. He will replace former head coach Rick Tocchet, who spent 4 years at the helm in Arizona. And for Andre, he actually hasn't been a head coach in the NHL, so this will be his first head coaching gig, although he does have plenty of CHL experience. And if you don't know what the CHL is, that is a Canadian Hockey League. Think of it as the NCAA of hockey over there. And yeah, he's got a lot of experience. He was the coach/GM of the Rouyn-Noranda, that's right. The Rouyn-Noranda Huskies, I always pronounce it wrong, and the Halifax Mooseheads and the Ottawa 67s. Now, I'm pretty sure he's only a GM for the Huskies, but he only spent 1 year with Halifax after he signed a 5-year deal, but he went to go over to Ottawa and be the 67s coach. Now, in that time, he did win 1 QMJHL Coach of the Year and 2 OHL Coach of the Year awards, as well as a CHL Coach of the Year, and one of the OHL Coach of the Year awards went with the CHL award, as you would imagine. Now, along with that, he does have 3 years in total working as an assistant in the NHL, one of those being with the Ottawa Senators. I'm pretty sure he worked almost exactly a year, and I think he might have got fired. I don't want to say for sure if he did or didn't. Now, the other 2 were with the Colorado Avalanche. And right now, it's too early to say. I can't say that I know anything about him in the sense of an NHL level. Obviously, if his CHL resume holds up to the NHL, then the Arizona Coyotes will have to be patting themselves on the back because they'll have a very good head coach. But as we know, things don't always translate from the CHL or the NCAA for NHL success, and we'll have to see what happens, especially with the Coyotes having a weird, wacky roster. So yeah, that is going to wrap it up for today. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can get closer to 1,000. I make money. We get to do this more often. All that good stuff. And hey, everybody, stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.